So today we're gonna try something new. I'm sorry if it's echoey. I don't know how loud I should talk yet. So I may go from like here to like way up here, so sorry. But we're gonna make some. If you've seen Asman's $2 steak, well, this is gonna be just about as bad. This is $3.50 for the sausage, $2 for the noodles, $2 for the sauce. Well, we'll say $3 for the sauce. So that's what, $6.50, $8.50, $8.50 family spaghetti. Four pounds of spaghetti for fucking $8. Woo! Yeah, this is gonna be horrible. So, just a heads up, this Italian sausage I got with a grocery delivery. But about 40 minutes before the grocery delivery, I was like, well, we could just take a quick nap. I woke up like 7 hours later, and it, with some other frozen food, had been sitting out in like 90 plus degree weather for about, 6.5-ish hours. But it was wedged between like some frozen chicken breast and stuff like that, so it was still cold. But, we're already, if I don't make another video after this, you'll know why. I've just died from food poisoning. I apologize ahead of time for my horrible glass kitchen top. Yeah, trying to get this out of, this is the sausage there, as you can see, expired yesterday, we'll say. Here's the pot we're going to cook it in. There's my little egg pot. And then there's the pot we're going to boil the noodles in. So, don't mind that over there. I was crock potting a while ago. We'll clean that later. But, just going to give the old pot a rinse here, give the old, I know she's clean, but just make sure and give her a little rinse there, throw this to the side. And just give this a little old rinsey rinky dink here. Just run some water over there. And then now we fill her with water. They normally say use X amount of water for X amount of this or that. I mean, come on now. You think we're filling it. It's getting filled. Alright. So we're filling it with water. This is actually well water, because I live in an area where I don't have like city water or like trash, I have to take my garbage to like a recycle center. I have a well pump, stuff like that. So this water right here gives them noodles a special, delicious taste of minerals. So because I was talking to you all, I overfilled the pot and then had to empty some water and then over-emptied the pot and had to put some more water in the pot. But, we're good now. Gonna go over here, gonna reach and grab some Himalayan sea salt, cause I'm hip. That's what the cool kids are eating, right? Ain't that what they eat? And then we're gonna go over here. We're going to turn this on high. Turn on the high. And then we are gonna do a lot of this. Just like I said, just fucking winging it. So that's just because you guys are watching. Somebody's gonna be like, that's not enough, that's too much. I can't win either way, but hey, you know what? At least people can't say I don't season my water. You see that? Look at that. You can that's why I use the pink salt. You can fucking see clear out of here. I've been this fucking long with not even a bottle of water. Alright, so I'm gonna set a timer for 10 minutes for that fucking water to boil. And yeah. Well, that's boiling. I'm gonna heat this up. I'm gonna get my little egg pan. Look how cute that is. I cook eggs in there. It's my egg pan. Alright, so while we're waiting for that to boil, I'm gonna put this lid over yonder. I'm gonna get this right here. We're gonna go on and turn this sumbitch on oops, my tea kettle's in the way. On about 7 right there for now. Alright? 1 second. Okay, so we've got a little bit of the extra virgin. I'm gonna just give it a little boop boop. Nothing too much there. Nothing too much there, boy. No. We ain't trying to make a name for ourselves here. Now I'm one-handed Andy over here. You get this damn sausage and you slap that son of a bitch. You just get off the goddamn container, you motherfucker. All right, it's making me look bad. It's making me look real bad, y'all. All right, goddamn it. All right, now you flop the sausage down. Oh, okay, well, we fucked it up already. The wrapping there. All right, my fucking God. Oh, and through the wonders of editing, there we go. Look how beautiful it is. We've got our sausage down. Alright, now what we're going to do is I'm going to have to switch hands here and use my belly button to hold the handle of the pot. That's the one good thing about being a large man here. Alright, but we're going to get this spatula here, folks, and we're just going to go along the ridge of the meat, and we're just going to give it a little chop here, as you can see. Just go along. It's not really a meatball so much here, you know, but we're just gonna chop it up. As you can see, it's a little hard to get a good angle here as we're chopping. Also, this is a firm spatula here with a little bit of an edge to it. Yeah, you see what we're doing here? We're just kind of scraping these off, these little chunks here. You know, it's like a little, you know, it's not a meatball, you know, but it's a poor man's meat chunk. Okay, yeah. And we're just going to keep doing this. Alright, while the water is boiling there, you know, just give it another little chop. But I got this utensil here at the Dollar Tree. $1 now, it ain't a damn dollar no more, but it's $1.50. You know, you just keep the chopping here. As you can see, those beautiful little chunks just fairly evenly sectioned there. You know, not a lot of trouble. We're not getting a lot of shit dirty. Not a lot of stuff we got to clean up here. That's not what they tell you in a lot of these other videos. I don't know why I'm doing these voices. But, you know, they make all this shit and they're like, oh, yeah, you can do this. Oh, yeah. And then you fucking got gloves and meatballs and you got fucking cutting boards that are dirty and shit. Well, look here. Look at what we got. What we got? We got perfectly portioned chunks of motherfucking sausage. All we got dirty is the fucking spatula and the pan. Give it a little rinkety-dink, you know, chop up the big slices here. You see a few big chunks, you give them a plow, you give them a plop, you give them a wango, you give them a pow, you give them a zabroob. You know, alright, you get it out here, you know, because you want those little chunks too, like that. You want those little chunks, they crisp up, that's the flavor. You want the flavor, alright? So we're getting a little crispy here. Just give the spatula a little scrape on the side here. Get that off, get that off. Alright, now what we do, maybe a little bit of more of the olive oil. We don't want to get a little dry, just a little bit more, you know, just a smidge of the oil. Maybe a bit too much there, but you know what? I've been kind of mixing that in with the noodles and the sauce. Have been pretty good. Alright, so we're going to get the Tony Chachere's. Not really, you know, ethnically sound. Some Italians out there may be losing this shit right now, but like I said, we left this meat outside for a while. We're gonna fucking make sure that we can at least taste the death when it's coming for us. We're putting a bit more of salt. Normally I don't put a lot of salt, but like I said, we're gonna try to kill any fucking bacteria that was in this motherfucker. And finally, we just got some table ground black pepper, the big fucking box, because we a real man. We ain't got no tiny ass motherfucking pepper shakers over here. Ain't got no motherfucking tiny ass pepper shakers over here. So we just fucking coating it. Putting the pepper on it, alright? Putting the pepper on. Now you wonder right now, you know, you probably want to give it a little mix here. You know what? Just wait. Just wait a second. Just let it sit. It's developing the crust over here. Alright, so I gotta do the belly button trick. Putting the handle in the belly button. Little clinch here. Alright, so we're gonna go back over some of the bigger chunks like this right here. Just give them a little chop like this, a little gabagool, a little choppity bop bop. Give this, you see how we're already starting to get that browning process going over here. The seasoning is mixing with the natural fats and oils from the meat and the olive oil. So we're getting a little sauce over here, little seasoning cooking in its own goo, you know. Now we're gonna just kind of let this sit, let this chill, brother, you know. Leave a little pink here, a little pink there. Everybody likes a little, you know, little undercooked meat, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we're gonna flip a little bit out of the pan there. Just gonna kind of let it sit. Just gonna let it sit now, you know what I'm saying? Just maybe turn that down just a smidge. Water's looking good. Couple more minutes. We might actually need a few more minutes. So be right back. Okay, so the water is boiling. The sausage is done. We've got it turned off, just sitting. As you can see, everything's mixed quite nicely together. It's got a nice crust on there. Now, this is going to be a difficult part. The noodles are just Walmart 2 pounds in a box for just under $2. Currently opening that with my left hand. Alright, we're going to take this lid off over there. Going to switch hands. And then I am going to just slowly, yeah, you can see those noodles coming out all last little bit, you know. You might think that's a little gratuitous or not necessary, but look. Bam, not a noodle left, okay. Just give that a little, switch hands again. Just let that sit for a minute, just kind of pat that down. Make sure those are kind of even with the ridge there. Then I'll, ooh, that was hot as a motherfucker. I'll grab the lid there and just kind of set it on there for a second. Let them noodles get a little steamed up. This is just chilling. Now the sauce, I'll do something a little unique with the sauce. I don't know, I have this weird thing where like, I mix 2 completely different sauces together. So this is just the basil, tomato, garlic. Just again, Walmart brand, cheap. The noodles were $1.98 or $1.80 something. Each thing of sauce was like $1.45 and the meat was like $3.45. And then this is just like a traditional pasta sauce. So what I do, and this is going to be really hard to film at the end, I layer it. Sauce, meat, noodles, sauce, meat, noodle, sauce. So we're getting a little bit of a boil over here. So we're just going to turn that down a little bit. Take that lid off, set that over here. And this is where you're going to want one of these. Just kind of get in here and make sure all the noodles are submerged. Nothing sticking to the bottom there. Give it a little stir, a little mix it up, you know. Nothing crazy. Just let it get back to the nice rolling boil. Every couple of minutes you want to come and just give it a little stir. Make sure you're not shooting anything out of the bowl there, or the pot. Make sure nothing's shooting out of the pot. Make sure nothing's sticking to the bottom there and submerged under the water. And then make sure that, you know, ain't none of them sticking. We're going to do this for about 10 minutes. Okay, so the noodles are done, all fancy and fluffed up. Now, we're going to pull out our fancy colander. If you got a colander, a strainer, anything like that. This is going to be really difficult to film, so I'm not going to do it so I don't burn the fuck out of myself. So again, this is going to be extremely difficult to film with just one hand, but as you can see, you empty the noodles into the strainer, get them nice and drained. You put a little bit of the noodle in here, you get a little bit of like I was saying earlier, a little bit of your sauce here. Don't make fun of my dead bonsai tree in the back there. You get a little bit of the sauce. Just give it a little layer of the sauce here. It's a little layering of the sauce. You're going to want to get the meat and then just kind of, it's not going to be as even as I'd like, obviously, because I've got a camera in my hand, but just kind of evenly kind of sprinkle it out there. Let those juices seep in. And then you're just going to repeat this process a couple times over. More noodles, more sauce, more meat, more noodles, more sauce, more meat. If you want to throw some cheese in there, it works perfectly as well. And when we're done, I'll show you the finished product. Okay, and here's our finished project. Booyah! Now some might say, oh, there's some noodles without sauce in there, but you get this quick little bad boy, and you do a little bit of this, you do a little bit of that, and look at there, baby, she's starting to get all fucking sauced up real hard. Look at that. Saucy like you ain't fucking believed it before, son. Look at all that meat laid in that sauce. Now, I don't know if this is just a poor person thing, but like where I'm from, these jars, like people will save empty jars, and like if you cook like that meat, for example, and you don't want like the grease, you just pour it in that jar and then throw that in the dump instead of like pouring it down your drain and like clogging your shit up. This recipe, like the layering, also like, you know, cooking it the way we did also works really well for like baked spaghetti and stuff like that. You know, all you'd have to do is essentially how we layered it in that pot. Just layer it in a baking pan, you know, like a rectangular, maybe 2-inch deep pan. Layer, and then just cheese, pepperoni, something like that on top. And something a lot of people like to do with like meat and stuff is like they let it rest. Now, I don't necessarily say this needs to rest, but what I say is it needs to coagulate, because what will happen is this extra liquid here in the sauce will only continue to be absorbed into the noodles, okay? So I like to let this sit and coagulate for a while. Some would say they like to let it sit and rest, but I like to coagulate that shit. You know what I'm saying? And then here we go. And yes, that is in a disposable lunch meat container that you buy at Walmart. So bam, has a little lid on there if you want to prep it up, baby. Little preppity prep work, you know. But there you go. That's it. In total, again, it was $3.45 for the sausage. It was $2 for the noodles, $3 for the sauce, two jars of sauce, and there you go. That's what, $8.50 or so, $9 after tax spaghetti. That should feed me for about 25 minutes, or a normal person. For one person, that would feed for about 2 to 3 days minimum. A family, that could be like 2 days if they're like not big gigantic gorgers like I am. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. I want to say that's everything. Well, thank you guys for stopping by. I appreciate it. I don't know if we're going to do this many more times, but hey, we did it at least once.